You're watching CCN, Clarksville Community Network, produced by Goodwin Productions. Powered by CDE Lightband.
This organization is so close to my heart. I cannot even sit in this room without tears overwhelming me to be able to see the new independence that this organization is giving people.
I am excited we have some very special stories to share about the impact American Mobility Project has made on the lives of some pretty incredible folks.
One of the great honors of my life was when Mary and Gary LINFOOT invited me to be a co-founder of American Mobility Project. They do such a wonderful job. It really is a joy.
2 years and 2 days ago, we held our first fundraiser back here in the Bell Hollow. Since then, AMP has awarded 29 life-changing or life-enhancing pieces of equipment to 28 amazing individuals.
I think that's what makes American Mobility so different is it's not just what can I give you, but how can I just invest in your life to be better. I don't know how you tell someone you're grateful for that.
The technology, while incredible, is not what it's about. It's about the memories made, the adventures explored, productivity, and an eye-to-eye conversation. Dignity, independence, inclusion, and freedom. I welcome you here all tonight on this special date of Tuesday, 2/22/22. Welcome to PHAEDRA, Casey, Emily, Matthew, Jocelyn's mom Angie, and Joshua's twin brother Jacob.
Good evening. Welcome to the third annual fundraiser for American Mobility Project. I'm Gary LINFOOT and I get to serve as the president of our all-volunteer organization. 2021 was an awesome year for American Mobility Project and we were able to accomplish so much with your help. Thank you again for joining this evening. I'm sorry I couldn't be there. I really wish I could be there. And thank you for your support of American Mobility Project.
Gary couldn't be here tonight because he's dealing with a complication from a spinal cord injury. He's had a couple surgeries and he really has to be horizontal for many weeks. So he is in bed laying on either one side or his stomach. And it's critical that he gets past this stage and he's doing great. He's almost there, almost all healed up. And so we're looking forward to getting out and spending some time going to do things.
As is the case with a lot of people in chairs, it's not easy. It's not an easy life, and things come up. Hayden, their son, set up a phone and he streamed a big part of tonight back so Gary could watch it.
He remains strong and positive and pretty darn amazing, but it is a constant reminder of his enormous sacrifice.
The impact that injuries like this have, it's every day. And it's not an easy life, and they deal with a lot more than mobility issues. You don't just get an iBot delivered to your front door. You have to go to Manchester, New Hampshire for a full day and a half of training. And at the end of that training, both the recipient and the caregivers go through a test. And you have to prove to them that not only are you aware of the capabilities of the iBot, but you also know what you cannot do. That's pretty important. I thought I knew a lot about the iBot before I went up to Manchester, but I promise you, after sitting through that training with Matthew and his family, I realized that that is an even more incredible device than I had envisioned.
I knew I was eligible for it, but I had no idea that I was going to be a recipient for it. I just thought that one of us out of the three was going to get it. I didn't know all three of us would get it. I definitely wasn't expecting it.
The Hunts also wanted me to give a shout out to my partner Mary, because the trip to New Hampshire was Matthew's first time flying since his accident. And I can attest to the fact that Mary's a real pro when it comes to navigating through airports with the iBot.
Mary, she's pretty funny, and throughout the airport, she goes pretty quick, and she knows what she's doing. So she was actually a huge help because we had no idea what we were doing. The training, it went pretty well. We had a written test and a test we had to take at the end, and the training actually went pretty good. It was pretty fun to get up on it and see what all it can do with them around, and climb the stairs and do all the obstacle course they had. It was fun.
And when Matthew got home, he was able to return to work at a marina there in Lake Barkley. And before the iBot, his accessibility at work was just impossible. But with the iBot, he can now go back to work and navigate the marina. We wish you well on that new adventure.
It's made life a lot easier. When Bob said actually earlier that I use it to work, I mean, it changes it. I would be confined to the office in there, but no, with this, I'm about to go out on the docks and, mingle with the customers and the employees and everything. It makes it a lot easier. And that's anywhere we go, anywhere you go out to eat or do anything else.
And during one of our outdoor training trips with the iBot, our group was able to meet Dean Kamen. Dean is the genius behind the invention of the iBot. Mary knows Dean very well, but for the rest of us, that was a great honor. And this marvelous invention clearly does give mobility back to those who have suffered a serious injury. We're very honored that you're here, and we're blessed for your support. From the bottom of our hearts, we say thank you.
It's nice to come here and see somebody else, be in the same position I was last year, because I know what this machine can do for somebody.
I think tonight was a great night. I was so happy to see so many people come out and support American Mobility Project. People believe in the mission, and they can see how they can effectively make a difference in a person's daily life.
And now I'm reading a note that was sent from one of last year's recipients, April Madison. She unfortunately wasn't able to be here tonight. I would love to start off by saying thank you to all of the donations that made this possible for myself. Life has picked up quite a bit since I received my iBot in August. I got my first job since being in a chair, and I've also been accepted to cosmetology school, where I'll be starting in the fall. I'm really excited to get around on campus with my chair and catch all of the eyes. I haven't gotten out much during these colder months, but my child and I had a blast this past fall season with my chair. I took my oldest son, who is 6, for a bike ride around our neighborhood almost every day, and we went for the longest walks to the park, which meant no tired arms for me. Not only did I get to take my babies to the parks, I was able to interact and play alongside of them. It's only been about 6 months since I've received my chair, and my quality of life has changed that fast, and that's all thanks to you all. I'm very excited to see where the next 6 months take me. Again, that is a message from one of last year's recipients, April Madison.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and thank you for the honor of speaking here tonight. I'm here on behalf of Josh Blair. In 2018, he was involved in an accident, left him quadriplegic. Since then, it's been very difficult for him to accomplish day-to-day tasks without the help of a caregiver, tasks that most of us take for granted. It's been extremely difficult for him to enjoy the things that he used to do prior to his injury. Things like hiking, exploring, and fishing. Last year, he was a recipient of an iBot donated by the American Mobility Project. He's a completely new man. He's no longer bothered by obstacles that would otherwise impede his freedom, obstacles like stairs. As a matter of fact, he just got back from Washington, D.C., where he was able to put the iBot to the true test. He also got out and hiked again, this time conquering Raven Rock, which is a trail that covers over 2 miles and elevation changes of 130 feet. Both of these are just a few things he can do now thanks to the American Mobility Project. So on behalf of Josh, I thank you from the bottom of my heart. What you do not only for my brother and our family, but for other families like us is beyond what words can explain. The American Mobility Project's life-changing contributions to everyone it has touched is truly a testament and an inspiration to the world. Thank you.
So my name is Angela Powers, and I'm so excited to be here. My husband and daughter couldn't be here. I am here to talk on all of our behalf. Jocelyn has what's called spastic quad cerebral palsy. So her arms are affected, her legs, her trunk, vision, speech, everything. We do have all the basic things that Jocelyn needs, but it's also okay to have somebody give you something that is going to enhance your life, because Jocelyn's only 11, and to have something that would be fun and exciting and healthy, therapeutic for her, mentally, socially. The name of it is a Freedom Concept tandem bike. And so I think a lot of people have seen tandem bikes in the past where they just see 2 couples going down the road. And when I saw this, and I thought, this is a way for her to get speed that I can't give her otherwise. So she is in front and she is fully supported. When I'm behind her, cruising down the road, it allows her to have her legs be reciprocal. If she gets tired, there's a button that I can press and it will stop her legs from moving and she can just be along for the ride. You've heard several times tonight that it's not about the equipment, and it's not, but having something like this for our daughter, it gives her excitement, it gives her joy, it gives her the chance to have some normalcy. I'm excited because even when she is in those special swings or in a jogging stroller, all the kids come up to her and they're like, cool wheels. And I just think it might give her that little extra something that would get kids that maybe not otherwise would interact because they just don't know what to say. It's gonna give her that in. So I'm excited for that too, for her. If you have this type of condition that she has, it is really isolating for her, us as a family. We have a lot of restrictions on things that we can do as a family because it's just a lot more difficult, and this will allow us to do a family activity that we otherwise wouldn't be able to do. Because a lot of things overwhelm her, anytime she can have that kind of interaction, being outside, it's almost like everything just disappears and she's just a normal little typical 11-year-old. We make a living by what we get, but we make a life by what we give. And that was by Winston Churchill, and I thought 100% everything that American Mobility stands for is they're just giving us life, people like us, giving us just so much that we otherwise wouldn't have. And so I thank you guys so much. Thank you.
I got my iBot in January of 2021. I actually had someone apply on my behalf. So for me, it was very surprising. So I've had it for about a year now, and I've had the opportunity to kind of travel with it and see a whole new level of independence. It's life-changing to be able to give you new opportunities. This past year, I participated in the Miss Wheelchair USA pageant, and by being able to go to Ohio to that pageant and spend that week mentoring beautiful young women and being able to go independently differently in all of those types of areas just was a whole new level of found freedom. I don't think people realize that even though I'm very fortunate to have a great supportive system and a great supportive family, there's still always like this tinge of guilt, no matter who that individual is that's helping you, because someone's having to drag you around or to pick you up and carry you up a flight of stairs. But with my iBot, I'm on my own. It's been amazing to be able to see my family not having to slow down because of me, or not having to take that chance. How are we going to get mom up a flight of stairs, or how are we going to get mom here or there? My iBot does it for me with the matter of hitting a button. It's amazing, the newfound level of independence this chair has given me.
My family always steps up to help us out with these functions and these fundraisers. They're over there lifting boxes and moving stuff out, and probably wondering where my car keys are. But my family is always so supportive. They realize how important the right mobility equipment is for a family, so they want to do everything they can to make a difference.
My name is Kylie Eaton, and I am Mary and Gary's middle child. When my dad was first injured, we had a lot of hope for healing. Soon enough, the reality began to set in on what our future held as far as what my dad's limitations would be. There were a lot of immediate losses that we as kids realized, things like my dad wasn't going to be able to go for his morning runs, and he would need a lot more help around the house, especially with things that were too high to reach. Slowly, we realized other things. I was 16 when my dad got hurt, and I couldn't see my future past getting into college, let alone one day getting married. As I did begin to approach the marrying stage of my life, I started to almost dread going to my friends' weddings. There, I would see the dads walk the brides down the aisle and laugh and dance. Sorry. There, I would see the dads walk the brides down the aisle and laugh and dance for the father-daughter dance. It really hurt to know that experience was ripped from me. That's the thing about mobility equipment. Its uses and its benefits are far-reaching, way more than just to the recipients themselves. This past June, on the most beautiful summer day, my dad was able to use his exoskeleton to walk me down the aisle and his iBot to share a father-daughter dance.
I was a recipient from last year, and I just came to show support for the people that are donating for us, and to thank them, because without them it wouldn't be possible. You know, I just want to thank Gary and Mary for setting this all up. It's pretty cool what they're doing. It's a lot of difference from a mobile chair, because you can go upstairs. I can play in the snow, I can go in the snow, so you can do a lot of stuff with it. It's really cool. Our home's pretty leveled. We don't have a lot of stairs, so I haven't really practiced the stair climbing a lot, but it takes some time to get used to. It's definitely takes time, for sure.
Next, we welcome my friend Casey Yates, who's going to come up the stairs in his iBot mobility device. It's okay, Casey, nobody's watching.
Good job, buddy.
Casey's going to go up in balance mode because he can.
Well, I play sled hockey, so I've been playing since I was 6, and I'm 17 now, and you know, I really like it. Trying out for the USA team, so hopefully in a couple years I'll be on there, and we'll see. I have had it for 1 year and going all over the place with this, and it's provided a lot of opportunities for me, and I'm thankful for it.
We had our first fundraiser less than 6 months after we did our paperwork and got legal. So we started pretty fast and haven't slowed down. Mary and Gary haven't slowed down. I've been involved in several other groups of which I am scaling back. I feel like I'm a healthy, soon to be 72 years old, but I want to devote my energies here. This is my home, and I told my kids, I said, this is the one I'm going to go out on. So I want all my energy to be spent here. Before I retired from the Titans, I was their representative with charities throughout the mid-state. With a nonprofit from Tennessee, Northern Alabama, or Southern Kentucky contacted the Titans, I was that person. And so I was able to see a lot of the great work done by so many people. And now that I have time to devote more of that energy into American Mobility Project, it is a life joy. The generosity of people that get to know us is just overwhelming, and it showed here tonight.
After a conversation with a donor, I will tell you that tonight we just went over $1 million.
I was standing next to Mary, and there were a couple of them that darn near brought her to tears with the generosity. Me too.
$25, are we done? 21? You done? Sold it to the man.
I'm always blown away by the donations at the end. That's always pretty fun to watch and see. I mean, I think we raised enough tonight for somebody else to get one already, which is awesome to see, and I love to come here to see that. So I'll definitely be here again after this.
I'm just absolutely amazed at the generosity of the individuals that are here, and to be able to see the new recipients. I'm so excited that we had our 22nd individual that's going to be receiving an iBot. Again, I can't even express into all the words about how life-changing it is. That newfound level of independence. It just takes a person of determination to be able to come through and to be stronger and to be braver and to be bolder. And it's all because of something that I'm sitting in right now. Who would have ever thought that that was a possibility for an individual like me? But yeah, I'm brand new independent.
Proudly, we are an all-volunteer organization. This allows the money we raise to directly benefit our recipients. Our operating expenses, including our fundraising costs, mailings, t-shirts, websites, all of it, are less than 3% of the cost of what we have awarded for adaptive and mobility equipment.
I can't think of anybody that does that. Not one organization that we've ever been involved with. So I think that's really speaks volume of who they are.
It's always very fun letting someone know they're going to be a recipient of life-changing equipment. It's simply the best. You're Santa Claus every time you get to say it and do it. If you or someone you know can benefit from advanced mobility equipment, we want to know about it. We are always looking to identify needs, particularly in our community. For the last 2 years, as applications came in, God put connections in our path for funding. Now we have several applications that deserve approval,
but we need to raise more funds. Here it comes, folks. The need is great. We have to be there because insurance falls short. In America, we do better. None of us is here by mistake tonight. Your contribution may be bringing awareness to a need. We ask tonight that you will help us give people with mobility needs more opportunity for inclusion, freedom, independence, and dignity.
Gary, Mary, and I, no salaries, we do it all free. We work out of their home, that's our office. We have no utilities, no salaries. Our costs are, event-related costs like tonight. I mean, we buy sweatshirts, we buy mugs. The venue, they donate space here. We're so lucky that people are willing to step forward and help us with their generous gifts. And as Mary said, more than 97% of every dollar we raise goes to help others with an enhanced mobility device, and that's what we're about.
All people deserve to live life to the fullest. Every donation goes far to help with the mission. Thank you for being a supporter of American Mobility Project.
For current and exclusive content, subscribe to CDE Lightband, connecting you at the speed of light.